time.
I'm not sure about the mindset.
That's why, whenever in your relationship, in your next relationship, you'll say it's about impact.
Ngoba ngisadlala. Yekelana ukudlala. Emotions amaningi Paul. Yabona vele kahle design on.
And it's kalama phone by the way.
Angizithole sengibukela irugby cabanga.
Umina man.
Ngiyakutshela. Ngenxa yini? Cause for life.
Ngibe namabhokobhoko la.
Amabhokobhoko ashayiwe tanga, ashaya ama-all blacks akusesh khalakhala. But it's fine.
Biggest competition like it's
New Zealand showcase.
Winner lava
And it have been closed tanga ke. That's something I understand and rugby talk. Ngizenga guys ngileki will favor people like people sela ngikinya it's like ngina emotions amaningi nabo magogo besendlela too much yabo. So decide ukuthi like my favorite rugby bafethu because in the World Cup at least yabo magogo. Ukraine babakhe.
Babakhe.
Mashambi.
Simnandi babakhe kubuyile sekhona.
Sibuyile bafethu axolisa man guys.
Xolisa guys.
Very sorry.
It's trying to improve nani kube nama delays there and there.
Yeah.
And I'm a flop and that also on our side as well. So yeah. But we're back
Guys, we're back with a banger. Sibuyela khulu. Sibuyile thina shisa ukudlula Chiefs isifana neSundowns getting. Sikhomba bo 7.
Buma sikhulu ngebhola.
Asiphumeni ku politics guys.
Sanibonani bo baby mama.
The rents. Ongakhokhanga i-rent. Ungasikotisi.
The future rents.
Nabo amapantshi sinani guys abamapantshi sinibekile sihleli nani ngomoya. Okay mona. Uyishayelani guys hayi.
Ashaya kuze ubhanki.
Amazoni bhanki.
Yini bhanki?
Mntana bantu. Le topic esizokhuluma ngayo namhlanje in depth yabo.
Ijazi.
Ijazi.
Khona ijazi.
Khona ibhanji.
Ibhantshi lelo libambayo wena.
Yeah, ibhanji. Ile libambayo. Bese khona ijazi.
Lelo libambayo.
Okay, uya willing.
Hayi, babe ibhantshi utshwala.
Yeah, no, I'm just doing one big bite.
Bhanji etshwalile. Sibhanji lelo. And then
ijazi leli mangabe vele kulesi mntana kaMhlobo
unknowing.
Kanjani ijazi.
So wafuna ukuthi ijazi.
Bathi mina ngibamba ijiba live.
Uri baba ibhantshi.
Live ku YouTube.
Cabanga.
Ijiba. Ele
Cabanga ubambe ijazi. While ugqoka ijazi.
And it happened, dude.
We're back to your host.
Welcome to
Abuti Smash.
Number the international sweet Melanin. It's chocolate, yabo baby mama.
So we welcome you to the Baby Daddies podcast.
Sweet about
feet. It's weird about feet.
She said, like, yo, miss being in front of you guys.
And I'm a topic now.
Yeah, we've been sitting back, guys, looking at our content, reviewing and checking.
So, guys, we're gonna start also having. So, if you wanna come on the show, feel free, Buffy.
Yeah. And I've been posting, ladies, go social media. It's Women's Month, right? And we haven't officially said our Women's Month. Last.
Yeah. So when I'm between the thing is, one of our content sometimes it's gonna take time to be free and so to break out of that ice because they wanna come, they wanna express, but they are always afraid of the society might be charged or because at the end of the day, this baby daddies, we spoke about it in terms of wedlock.
Yeah.
So now it's more like an accepted wedlock type of thing, and some people still criticize.
Yeah, they haven't got into the idea. Yeah.
And so umuntu echabela saba ngikuyo esengikhuluma lapha ya
bese cancel guys ayikho cancel culture la
cancel culture. Nobody is there to judge you anyhow, because at the end of the day, we're here to improve. It's behind the scenes, behind now. So
yeah,
a lot of parents are absent.
It's a big pandemic.
There's a lot of issues when it comes to raising children or kids. So we need each other, guys.
Yeah, we need each other, guys, and keep on just spreading the message, spreading the love. Keep on telling the people about us. Sesekhona kuma social media. The Baby Daddies podcast. So avula so
hashtag bafethu yonke into hashtag Baby Daddies podcast ku wonke ama social network bafethu.
Sithola.
Sikhuluma ngani namhlanje wena?
Namhlanje sikhuluma
ngiyabuzwa lapho uthi mabhaji namajazi.
Sikhuluma ngomabhaji namajazi nabo mabamba amabhaji namajazi. Yabo. But today our topic we're dealing on stepfathers. Right? In society there are a lot of male figures, male species who are playing the role of the father figure to children that are not their own. Right? And sometimes those guys come across the wrong way. Some of them come across the right way. And so there are kids who are raised by a stepdad that will tell you, I love my stepdad more than my dad.
Yeah.
There are kids that were raised by a stepdad that will tell you, I miss and wish that my dad was the one that was raising me rather than this person that is raising me. Right? So we're just tackling into that and speaking about that, but not in depth, young son.
So I was one of this, I don't know, it was TikTok or what. This guy was like, hey, but nowadays, there's no way you're not gonna date Umzai.
I'm gonna tell
because I mean he's quite a bit older. I want to say pants. That's where most likely it's rare and then when you're gonna find somebody who's not gonna be
guys, in social app soon, app yokusesha amajiji. Mawufuna ijiji uze ngizongikhonthatha.
But Don, which reminds me, I remember even early varsity days. I was like, no, I'm not gonna date anyone without a kid.
Why?
I mean, with somebody who doesn't have a kid.
Why?
So, because I didn't have a kid.
So Bofungo was the father. Bofun practice.
Okay, let me repeat. I didn't want to date someone who has a kid when I didn't have a kid.
Oh, okay.
I had that thing there. I used to stay so, but majority of the time the woman that I met had kids. Yeah, no, more. But and then eventually if it's no cool, you realize with the enthusiasm yeah.
Qualification. Mama papi
you don't have to mama, just say mommy.
Yes, yeah. But is it true though, Abuti, to get into a woman's heart is through their kid?
Not all the time, but what makes sense is come back. Come back, substitute.
No, carry on.
Man, share joke. Oh, baby, mama, let's validate lapha.
We're letting this slide. We're letting this slide with you, boy. Don't worry.
Have you dated somebody with kids?
Yeah, most of the time. I'm like, it's time you go quiet.
You go quiet.
All the time.
I must it's all the time. Okay, guys, I've had relationships where there's someone without a kid, until I found my own, but currently I've been in relationships where I've been having kids. But the thing is, there's two types of stepfathers. The one that is the one for us, né? There's two types we youth. I'm not talking about Abantu Sebabadala because Abantu
we
Sebabadala,
look cool,
it involves marriage and then you're just bringing in the kids and the whole family now, which is one family, right? But for us, the youth, it's a matter of ukuthi uhlala ku apartment yakho, uhlala kwakhe, uhlala kwami, unomuntu wakho, unomuntu wami. Uyangithola? It's that, and then kuba leso stepfather leso, kuba leso stepmother leso. I don't know if uyangithola.
Okay, I think now I get what you're trying to say. What you're trying to say is, let's say you meet up, right?
Mm-hmm.
You stay at your place, she stays at her place.
Yes.
She has her family, meaning her kids.
Yes.
The same thing the other side as well.
Yes.
So when you meet up in a way,
she wants to turn that into a whole
family.
Yeah. Because for them, look, most of the time for these women that have babies, it's like I already have a kid.
Let's speak to more of like our age. Let's not go maybe after over something.
Yeah.
Like
yeah. So in our age group, it happens. Obvious. Abachelo manje angeke azabe khona abachelo abashayi fok. Ngithola. Khona uchelo ongakwazi ukubekezela litoti. Makabona ukuthi leya flop, untawu ngiyaflopa mina ngingimele litoti ngiyavaya. Ngithola. So she frees herself and then because sometimes your happiness matters. You know, your happiness comes first as a human being. So if you're not happy in a relationship, you gotta move. We move. That's what.
Yeah, in general, you move and you go to and you find the next one or your next soulmate. And then if it happens, Abuti, now you want to be like it to become a thing now, more like a family thing now. That's why it's in the
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
And there's also before saying that, right?
Yeah.
Build something before business yeah. Check. So when you move on, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, your child would be like your first love.
Definitely.
Right. When you meet another person now, who you also gotta share the love with,
right? Gotta share it with their children.
So you remember when you asked Abuti if the child plays a part in your mother or in your father? I'm expanding that question. Yeah, you know, because I mean, with me, I don't like hiding when you have a kid. Sometimes you don't necessarily have to meet the kid now when we meet or when we
but you must know.
Time. Yeah, you must
know. Yeah,
you must know.
Definitely.
Right? And now, let's say now you're in a relationship now. Yeah? Now you need to raise. Let's say you have a son and then there's a daughter. Let's just say
just two, man.
Yeah, just two.
Yeah.
One. Yeah.
So it's called
what effects or impact does that do to the children?
So, and according to me, I think it depends on the relationship. It goes back to that small quote, right? A way to a woman's heart. It's through the kid. not the other way around. guys, not the other way around. Right? The road to a woman's heart is through a kid. Not the other way around, like someone else thinks. So, as I'm saying, though, the love that you can show, if you can create that relationship now, right?
Yeah.
And that bond that is positive and create that emotional, because look, kids are looking for a safe space emotionally, right? When they are around you, they need to feel safe emotionally. So that's why I used to tell you, konumtana myself first time lakhe first time stepfather, because his stepfather simkali emotional security to express yourself emotionally.
I studied that. What are the role of a stepfather?
Yeah.
Because some might say, no, abake, na.
Why it's mix?
Yeah. Oh, like let's start there.
Sure.
And break it into like small pieces, right?
Okay.
But when you now become a stepfather, for me, is obviously you now in a way inheriting children that now they're gonna be also your children.
Yeah.
The only difference is now they're not biologically yours.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So there's that.
Yeah.
And you'll find that ultimately, for example, you get into that relationship, or even if the child stays with the mother, but the biological father is doing everything practically, right? And then you get those where it's shit, nothing's being done. Because no.
Yeah.
Like you know the situation.
It is what it is. Yeah.
Right?
Sure.
So now how does a stepfather step in? Oh, but I think the stepping in is expecting that
step in. Stepfather step in or step up
to be the father
at that certain moment in time, right? So it depends on those two situations. Is the actual father there or not there? Right? So if the actual father now stepfather no, like it's a like the sometimes it happens that, as you said, the relationship between the like the actual biological parents, like things maybe happened with Mabashugana, it was tense between them. She still got beef, Untana has healed, right? And obviously for the baby, he loves the baby wholehearted.
So now you're saying that in a way the biological dad is now in a way obstructed to make time with the child because there's already another dad playing that part.
So my baby is according to her. She's trying to put away a role. There are women who do that. And it's something that we must cancel. It's a culture that must be cancelled. One piece in Kuluma must cancel culture. That's one culture that must be cancelled, right? We can't be doing that, dog. A nigga wants to play a role, and then because of your own personal reasons, when you're not allowing him to play that role, right? And then role, yes, right? But don't come and give impression or anything and feed them nonsense.
Feed them nonsense.
Yeah. Just be blunt with your kid. Your dad loves you, but me now I'm in love with this person, and me and your dad can't be in a relationship. If your kid is already grown and you can share conversations with them, that's what you can say, right? Because some of us really are raising kids that have grown, right?
Yeah.
So, but for a kid or system, girls, you need to mama, you need to understand. You really need to understand. It's not about you. It's not about your emotions. It's about the baby.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I'm moving to.
Now, still on that part of like relationship between the actual parents and the child and the stepdad. In this case, we speak relevant to stepdads and not just step-parent.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, I feel like regardless whether the dad is there or not, right? Just be there, step up.
Yeah.
And so
Step daddy, step
up.
Yeah.
And you'll never know what that plays an impact because maybe, for example, there are missing gaps that on the other dad, that role is not being played, but you are able to play that role.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And it's not all the time. It's just that now it differs. That's why maybe we need to on season 2. Obviously, we're going to take this topic on a deeper level because could be in maybe let's say even one lost a parent or now you need to step in as a full-time dad.
Yes.
But regardless, man, I feel like you need to always step in, always be positive. Try and do like how you will raise your own child. It's right. So even though there are limitations, because to some point, for example, let's say you're raising a son. A son is a certain
things you need to
teach or even thing. For example, like the surname.
Yeah.
We like you to obviously go to the dad, but you obviously have limitations to that, and maybe for example, if customary things needs to happen.
Yeah.
So what are other
that's another
question?
That's another question you must pose. Is the father sivumelekile vele ukuthi isihlabele umntana nje unnecessary? Sivumeleka.
Unnecessary? What do you mean unnecessary?
No, like obviously the dad has passed away. In a way, let's say in a manner, like let's say in a situation whereby the family neglected the child, not just the father. The father and the family neglected the child. They deemed the child non-existent according to them as a family, right? And then the nigga stepped up Baba is stepfather, and became the actual father. Right now, they are raising this kid. Right, so in terms of that, would la payana ngani bamkhanselile, and untwana uthe makabhoda like but it happens to some kids, right? Ukuthi makabhoda like time even from a young age, right? They are casted away from the family. Young child, things like that because of family crutches and all that. So now, is that father allowed? Because on my side, I don't know. On my side, I don't have the answer to that, but you can tell us more. You can comment about that, right?
Yeah, I think that's a good question, because I think also the leprosy combined with the customary laws, because it's interesting to start through and also, you know, I mean, when one marries, you know, it's a different context, because now usually, let's say if they can take weight, but the way out becomes an issue because obviously sperm is so young. So yeah, that's something there.
Yeah, guys, guys, guys. So we need your comments, Nani, Lapo, Nishele, Tanga, inamba WhatsApp ithini nje baqhubeke.
Yeah, so ishi number collect. So yeah, because I wanna get into Linda Bayelo and do that, in terms of like limitations, bro.
Yeah.
Because to some point, you know, you'll swear, Abuti, actual like biological dads are limited, because usually when stepfather step in, by the step
up.
Like,
and the thing is,
my experience and what I've seen, even throughout people that I know and so forth, they step up, and which is a good thing. They end up filling up their role far more better
than the actual dad.
Then
it leads to that contradiction and conflict of interest again for the child. My dad is broke, right? And mom decided to get this richest motherfucker. Sorry to swear, guys, but what decided to out richer, better life in the burbs, a more circular life, a more educated guy, and young son. Usuka kuwe wena wagcina ngemetric yakho kuphela. And ubamba lelo torho nalelo torho uyazama ngalendlela uzama ngayo, but she saw ukuthi no, because you're struggling in that way, and she just left, ne? And umntwana is stepping up to the role. Hambisa umntwana ama-bowling, uhambisa umntwana makabuya la ku udla ikhabishi le udla ikhabe. Ngiyangithanda. Sekuba naleyo conflict of interest ukuthi kwenzakalani manje. Ngiyangithanda. Kuba worse if baby mama is feeding the child the wrong information. Ngiyangithanda. Ukuthi your dad is weak, what, right? Because if they're fed that from a young age, you're in danger, dog. You're in danger as the actual father. Shoot lapo by outcast.
Just become the other guy. It also goes then the ability, because usually the mother or the family's mother, you're gonna figure out like such information more from lab. You'll start to get a different perception, or the connection in Abida is full.
But guys, love your kids, guys. Love your kids, guys. Treat every kid as if it was your own out there, guys, because kids are precious. Kids are a gift from God, right?
Yeah.
So come on, you parents. I will myself too. Please, dog.
Yeah, dog. I wanna with me in just that with now, we're on a like surface level, right? With this, right? But dog, I know like personally, right? I know and appreciate like stepfathers, because I was also.
Tell us an experience, dog. We need you tell us your experience. I'll tell mine, and then we'll see if we.
Yeah, I'll just check with the timeline. So I'll try to make this brief, right?
Yeah.
Like even on my side, right? My dad has always been there anyway. Like he's been alive since, and I've also had the opportunity to be raised by a stepfather. That balance, to some point, it's actually a dope thing, yeah. Especially when you know, because at the end of the day, it's how they treat Like, for example, with my mother, né, I know how the guy treats her. Proper, stand is fresh. And even when I'm not there, my sister is there.
Sure. You feel safe around the guy.
Yeah, and like he's actually like to a certain point that we don't even see it like that. Like he's a stepfather. He's like part of our life that day. So it can't get that deep. It can't get that deep. So most of the time, that's why at times, even though there are limitations there and there and there, but I don't think there's fully much limitation that they can be. Can always go beyond and be an extraordinary guy.
Yeah. So it's a matter of you and yourself committing yourself to the roles and responsibilities of fatherhood.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Hey guys, knowledge, insights, and consciousness being shared around the room, guys. The energy is fire. Originality, courage, unity, and strength. This is a focus of it. This is a focus. So guys, on my side, right? I've also had the opportunity to be raised by stepdads. Yeah, stepdads. And it is different with each and every stepdad. Right? There is a different experience. As you say, there are those that you grow fond and have a relationship with, like a strong relationship with. Yeah, there's one of the guys which they raised me, right? So no kuluma na manje, so we have that communication right? But they are not my actual father, and he knows that, he understands that, right? Even though but because in a way, as you say, Abuti, he was there in a certain space and time in my life and played that role, right? In a way, right? So, but I had to understand, I had to grow off the cocoon, Abuti. No, dog. That's your actual father there, and you gotta learn some things from that guy first, right? So it had to be a matter of me gaining my own consciousness and then stepping up and stepping out to try and reach out for myself, right? Because that happens to young ladies as you grow, right? As you try to self-identify as a man, you come to a stage where you try to identify yourself mostly with your traits and things that come from your paternal side, right? And you'd want to, as a male species, you'd want to reference yourself from that level, right? So, for me, I drifted and went to search for that for myself, beside asking for my mom, beside all of that, right? But there were relationships where it was toxic for even her, right? There was one guy that fucking abused my mom, dog. I nearly got even arrested because of that motherfucker. We even fought, dog, like life and death, right? Because that motherfucker would knock at my house, dog, at 1 a.m. Knock in the window, go. You can't knock a dog. If I'm done from a 6 the dog. Dog. I'm going to go cut another some secondary dog. I was allowed to check with you. Now, I'm going to check. And it's such behavior. And it's not your place. And now the sad part is that
imagine that
we are not kids, dog. We're grown, we have our own kids, you know.
Exactly.
And to see an environment that is toxic like that, you get frustrated, dog.
And it don't still happen.
It's still, that's the messed up part, it still happens, dog. People like that are still around, and we still need to reprimand that energy, that's cancel culture also, guys. Cancel culture. Those are the hashtag cancel culture stuff. Not the cancel culture that you're trying to do, guys. These Melanin is cancelling about the but right, man, I'm canceling if I want to cancelism.
But fair too. You know, it's a serious thing when such actions are shown, like in front of kids more, because even kids now are able to pick up that, and when but it's such things, and that's taking advantage. That's taking advantage, and that shouldn't be allowed. You don't deserve the father home.
Yeah, but
you don't deserve.
No. We trash, but hashtag trash So as you promote, guys, GPV and all that, guys, we are against all of that, guys. Like, if someone is not treating you right, if conversations are not doing the things, are not doing the pots, if therapy won't do the pots, leave. Ungahlali. Khabachime. Thulile namhlanje. Thulile busy la uzana nomuntu. Please nama comment story.
Alright, but thanks a lot for tuning in. So
on their side, do you have everything or anything to say?
But what? Serious? Anything to say about that?
I go ahead. Continue.
But the topic?
Yeah, continue.
Ngizakhuluma ngale step part.
Yeah.
Phela mina angithathi serious man lo record akanye because I still have to listen in futhi noma ngi-edit. So I'm not following this conversation. But in terms of stepfather, what stepfather in the father that stepped up? Basho kanjalo nta social media maba it's my stepfather I check grand mara ntanga my stepfather mina ngifila ngathi stress ntanga
stress kanjani ubila ngathi stress
endota abo baby date bayadlala laba abo baby mama nabo baby date even if abasa relationship ufika kuba cha sihambisa umntwana
usalabona
nomntwana you submit uthi utshela lakho ke ujayi we spend time
yeah samele sikhulume nokuhlangana nabo sezomntana
nezifemeli ya Kaya le yami le konje ngazi mara yathi yakudala bathi utshela ka baye uhambisa umntwana ku baby date bayovakasha
yeah
next thing mase uthi yamlanda phuma yona ingwenya lapha ishaya iscreen ithawa sebayalala nje lapha sebayalala nje sebazobuya kusasa yeah awusenasile lapho uzothi
so you want invitations
uthi baby date
that's where the problem is the reason why there's baby daddy there's baby daddy drama and baby mama drama ilero please I want every time I chap mandla iyo le yelethi drama shem all the time that's why whenever in your relationship in your next relationship yohlezi ba impact
ngoba ngisadlala yekelana ukudlala
that's a
it's
an awesome great funny show
ale King Junior tawale fuck la mehlo street episode uthi amna nyalungisa la
follow #BabyDaddies podcast follow Ghetto University on YouTube follow Jozi Show Entertainment follow
international_Melanin bafethu sesekhona
Abuti Smash
baby daddy abakhulu bafethu it's your baby daddies
makhohle kusithinta if you wanna comment 074-098-2057 we'll put you on your baby daddy's WhatsApp group.
Yeah, and by the way, after Alicia's mama will send a voice note. We'll try to play it at the end of the show, just by the end of the show, to get her opinion. But guys, I kinda cancel dog.
Yeah, Babazana.
Babazana.
An African cry from an African child, an African cry.
time. That's why whenever in your relationship, in your next relationship, you'll say impact.
Ngoba ngisadlala.
Yeah.
Yekelana ukudlala.